Hey, what's going on, good people? Travell C.W. Lynch, Mr. Mr. iAMthepossible, and welcome to another episode of Self-Worth Secrets. Listen, today I want to take a little different angle, okay? Normally, you guys are very used to me sharing with you guys, preaching, teaching, encouraging, hopefully inspiring you guys to know what you are. Well, one thing that I've also discovered is it's important that we not only know what we are, but it's equally as important to know what we're not, okay? So that's going to be what I'm going to be sharing this week, what you are not, okay? And I'm here on location. I'm here at one of the city parks that's not too far from my home. But as you can see, this is one of those benches, one of those park tables, and you guys can't see it, but just across the way from here, just across the way from me, if I can talk, is a barbecue pit, right? So we're at a park. Like I grew up back in the day, we would come to a park, we would, bring our blankets and chairs and everything, some basketballs, whatnot, and we would have a barbecue at the park. It's something about food that just brings people together, right? Food and fellowship, or, whatever it is, when you have an event or something, when you can break bread and share with one another, it just brings you together in a different way. And so that's kind of the topic, and that's kind of woven into the message today that I want to share with you guys. So have you ever heard of the term, you are what you eat? You are what you eat. Well, I have. I've heard that a million times. You are what you eat. And I've also heard, if you're in the church community, if you've been in the church, if you're in the church right now, you've also heard people quote the passage, as a man thinketh, if you're in the King James, or as a man thinks, so is he. Those two are very popular. There's probably a few more, but those are the two most popular ones that I've come across. You are what you eat, and as a man thinketh, so is he. And in both of those statements or scriptures or phrases, the underlining idea is we get to determine what we are by what we consume. And I don't know if I believe that. In fact, I know that I don't believe that, okay? I believe that you are what you are. You are a human being, not a human behavior. In other words, the what of our lives, right? What we are, like I shared last week, the investment that you are is the untouchable, incorruptible, unstoppable part of the human existence. We don't get to determine what we are, and we certainly don't get to determine what we are by what we consume. Now, I get it. As a man thinketh, right? What you consume, what you watch, what you listen to, what you let come out of your mouth, these are all gateways to the human heart. And the Word of God tells us to protect at all cost, the human heart. For out of it flows the issues and the forces of life. So I get the idea that we want to protect our gateways to our heart, to the center, to the seat of our confidence, right? Because out of that flows everything else. So I get the protection. But what I let in my heart does not corrupt or change what I am. It may influence my behavior. It may influence my behavior, but does it really change my being? See, far too long we have equated how I behave equals how I be. How I behave equals how I be. In other words, I am what I do. And that's not true. If I ate a ham sandwich, and I only use that term because a lot of people, pork and whatnot. But, if I ate a ham sandwich, am I now a ham sandwich? And I get it, right? They're not talking literally. What they're talking about is what you consume, what you allow into your life, that's what's going to flow out. I believe in the concept, right? Junk in, junk out, right? Quality in, quality out. But that is about your behavior, your tendencies, your character, your intention, your thought processes. But that does not change what you are. I always like to use the funny analogy. In my family, we have dogs and cats. So there's really not like we're a dog lover or a cat lover, but my analogy is all the same. We have a dog. We named our dog Jedediah, okay? Little Jetty, we call him Jetty. And, you know, I always say, if Jetty decided today to start to meow, right? Like, imagine that, right? My dog coming into the room and he's meowing, right? Does he all of a sudden become a cat? Does his behavior literally reconstruct his DNA to be that, okay, because you're behaving like a cat, now you become a cat? No. What you are is what you are. You're just behaving in a way that is not in alignment or conducive or congruent to what you are. In the same way, you and I, we can behave in ways that are not toward our benefit. We can consume information. We can consume ideas and images. We can consume all sorts of things, whether it's physical, tangible eating of something or spiritual and mental consumption of content that is good or bad, right? We can consume things, but that doesn't change what we are. So the term "you are what you eat," I would challenge that. As a man thinketh, so is he. I think that's been misinterpreted. You are not your thoughts. You are not your behaviors. You are what God has created you to be. Now, your behavior may not be in alignment with those things, but you are what you are. So it's very, very important that you understand that what you do does not determine what you are, okay? You may be doing some things in your life that you might not be proud of, or you may have done something in your life that you aren't proud of, but those things, they don't determine you, and those things don't define you. That's the word I was looking for. They don't define you. They don't determine you. They're your behaviors, right? There's the being you and there's the behaving you, and the behaviors can be changed. They can be altered. They can be improved upon. They can become more congruent with your core values and goals and dreams. But what you are is a dream. You don't change that because you're God's dream. You are your creator's dream. He dreamt of you. You're the dream that came true. You can't change that. You're already here. So I pray that you hear this week. You are what you eat. I would encourage you to challenge that thought process. As a man thinketh, as a man thinketh, so is he in action. So is he in behavior. So is he in tendencies, but not in being, not in what he is, and not in what you are. So I want to be very, very clear about that. That it's not only important to know what you are, but it is very, very important to know what you're not. This has been another episode of Self-Worth Secrets. Listen, until next time, I'm praying for you guys. I'm believing in you guys. And remember, know your worth, know your what. Peace.